I regularly share the gospel with Muslims in many different locations, and I have friends from many different religions, especially from Islam and from the Middle East. What I find remarkable is in the last few months, I've had at least 3 people tell me, you know, after studying, after talking to you, I no longer believe Islam is true. I don't believe the Qur'an. I don't believe Mohammed is a prophet. And I believe that Jesus is the Son of God. I understand the Trinity. I believe that Jesus died on the cross, and I believe the Bible. And I say to them, whoa, that's great. So if you believe all that, why don't you become a Christian? Frankly, guys, some of these people are calling or Skyping with their friends and relatives in the Middle East and telling them all these things that are wrong about Islam, and telling them they should believe this, they should believe the Bible is reliable. I'm practically fainting when I hear what they're saying, and yet, when I ask them, they will say, well, the reason I'm not becoming a Christian is because all these testimonies that I see on television and on DVDs and ones I read on the internet, these Muslims are having a miracle or a dream or a vision, and I think I should have one too. So for that, I say, oh my. I think we have, in English we say, created a monster. Have you guys heard that expression? It's like you've started something that you're sorry about, because yes, we tell Muslims God is a God of miracles, and he can do a miracle for you. And pray, ask. And yet, we wonder now, do we have to have a miracle to believe? So I want to address that question to both of our members here today. And Nabeel, I will let you first maybe explain a little bit about your experience and what you think about that. And then I would like to hear also from you, Bob.
Well, thanks for giving me the privilege to answer this question. It's a very important issue. In my life, when I was investigating Islam and Christianity, I started off with the utmost confidence, the highest confidence in Muhammad, in the Qur'an, in Islam, and I was challenging people to become Muslim. It wasn't until 3 years of investigations on Christianity and then another year of investigation on Islam that I realized exactly what Dr. Cynthia is saying, that the evidence is really strong that Jesus did die on the cross. He did rise from the dead. And why did he do that? To prove what he was saying was true. And what did he say? He said that he is God, that God has come to this world, is what he said, and that he rose from the dead to prove this claim. Now, the evidence is strong. But when I saw the evidence, I said, I have more confidence in Islam, though. Even though this evidence looks strong, I still believe that the Qur'an is the Kitab Allah, it's the book of God. And I believe that Muhammad is Rasulullah, he's a prophet of God. And so, for me, the issue became a matter of now taking a look at Islam. And when I saw what Islam actually was, when I saw the true history of the Qur'an, when I saw what we could actually know about Muhammad, I didn't immediately leave Islam. To immediately leave Islam would mean that I would be ready to give up my family, that I'd be ready to dishonor my family. Now, my mother and my father were very devout Muslim. They practice regularly. We read the Salat every Friday in the mosque whenever we could. Even in the United States, where it's a very difficult thing to do, we were actively engaged in the masjid. And so, in order for me to leave Islam, I would have to be saying to my family, I am ready to depart from everything we stand for. That is not an easy step to take. And so, Cynthia, when someone says, I was looking for a miracle, I need something from God, what they're saying is, I understand this truth, but I need to have God's guiding hand in my life, to have that confidence to be able to step away from everything I know. It's a huge step to take. And sometimes people just want to feel God's presence in their lives before they can take that step. And it's not something you started, so don't think internally, oh my goodness, we've created a monster. No, God knew exactly what he was doing when he sent dreams and visions to millions in the Middle East. He knew what he was doing. Now that said, do we need to have dreams and visions in order to accept Christ? In order to take that final step and say to Christ, I will make you Lord of my life. I will take the title Christian. I will be ready to suffer and be humiliated and persecuted for the fact that I am following Jesus. A very hard step. But do we need to have dreams and visions? Now, I think I did. I really do. And I think that's why, for me, God gave me a vision and 3 dreams. But I have a friend who's a former Shia Muslim in Michigan. His name is Abdul Murray, one of the best lawyers in the United States, been recognized as one of the top lawyers many times. And he was in the same position a few years before me. He had studied Islam and Christianity. He realized that Christianity had evidence and Islam did not. And he was asking God to give him a dream or a vision. But God did not respond to him, did not give him a dream or a vision. And after a while of asking God for dreams and visions, he realized, wait a minute, I believe this already. I don't need a dream or a vision. And he did not need one. And so he became a Christian apart from dreams and visions. In fact, as many people do, in fact, most of the people around the world who aren't Muslim accept Christ, and many of them are persecuted and suffer, but they've never received a dream or a vision. So you don't need one. But God may give one, and we have to rely on Him and follow Him. And if you're at a point where you realize that you can follow God apart from a dream or a vision, I would encourage you. Jesus said something very clear to Thomas who doubted. In John chapter 20, He said, "You have seen, so have you believed. Blessed are those who haven't seen and have believed." Yes, I received a vision and a dream, and I believed. But more blessed are those who haven't seen and have believed. That's what Jesus says.